Before you even start, did you really just get a notification that there was a new video that just dropped on this channel? What's going on, guys? Thug Nizzle, I'm back. It's been like probably a 3 to 4 year hiatus, but I promise you, I'm gonna try to get back into the swing of making videos. It's just something that I really like to do, but didn't have a lot of time, so here we are. So what could have possibly prompted this video? I don't know. I think that yesterday may have been September 21st. So that means that possibly a new Apple Watch and maybe a new iPhone. I don't know. Let's dive in and see what we got. But first, I wanted to make sure that the camera actually picked up the shirt that we're wearing. So this is my NBA Jam shirt. And if you don't know anything about NBA Jam, then that means you're probably too young to be even be watching this channel. So maybe you should go and find a more friendly place to be. All right, so which of these should we open first? I don't know, you think left, right? We'll go with the right. We'll put this one over here. All right, so let's tear right into this box here. Full disclaimer, just because I haven't been making any videos recently does not mean that I just stopped buying things. As you can see, I still have my Series 3. Can't really get it to, there we go, Series 3 with LTE, GPS. I have bought every single iPhone every year thus far, just not any time to make any videos. So what's in this box? Obviously, if you couldn't tell, this is the Apple Watch Series 4. Now this year, I did not get LTE because I didn't find myself using it, and I'm still on a legacy plan, so I cannot actually use LTE with my unlimited data, which is kind of garbage, but you know, we do what we can. All right, so this is some weird packaging I've not seen before. I guess that's how you open it now. Something new box. Okay, and interesting. You get the watch strap separately from the watch box. Now that's new. Okay, well, there's that. So with the watch this year, I got the Sport Loop. I can't remember what color this is, but it's kind of like a mixture of like some yellows and some oranges, a little bit of green, but it's the Velcro that snaps together here in the middle. So that's not important right now. What's more important is what's in this box here. So this packaging is kind of a little bit strange. I'm really not used to things coming separate. But anyway, this is your quick start guide where you'll have all your instructions, all that fun stuff that we don't really necessarily care about, but maybe you do, but on this channel, we don't. Charging block, watch cord, and wow, check that out. Comes in like a little felt pad. That's actually kind of really cool. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Way to go, Apple. Packaging is pretty damn awesome. See if we can't get this out. So I got the 44 millimeter. You can definitely, just by looking at it, you can see the rounded edges where they changed up the watch design this year, which they made it edge to edge, or as much as edge to edge as they possibly could. And they rounded the corners, which I'm not sure if you can get a good comparison of my Series 3 to this Series 4. You can see that the edges are kind of, they're more rolled, not so much square anymore, which is kind of neat. One of the other things that they did this year on the crown, this now has a ECG monitor built in, where you can monitor your heart algorithms. And then they changed the back, which is kind of fresh. It's an all glass ceramic back now to better pick up your heart rate and all that fun jazz. So yeah, this is a pretty fresh packaging. Although I'm still not sure why they did not include the watch band in the same packaging as the watch itself, but I'm sure Apple has some sort of magical reason as to why, and so yeah, I'm not gonna argue with their methods. Moving on. So undoubtedly the star of the show lies within this box. Give me 1 second, I gotta grab a knife and cut this bad boy open. All right, now that we got a knife, let's slice open this box. And voila. All right, so there we have it. Or there we have it. Sorry about that. So what you're looking at here is the iPhone Max in 256 gigabytes. I decided to get the Max because I had the 10 and still have the 10. It's actually what you're watching this video on. I decided to get the Max because I wanted the bigger screen. Before, obviously, the 10, I was definitely an iPhone 8, iPhone 7, 6S Plus guy, which the 10 was cool, but I got kind of sad when they made a smaller screen, which obviously the screen was a little bigger than the plus size screens, but I kind of got these big meaty man hands, so I need a big meaty man sized phone. So all jokes aside, I'm really excited. If you couldn't tell, this is the gold version in 256. So let's tear this packaging off and take a look at the device. Oh, let's run through some specs really quick before we get it out. So this year's pixel density is the same as last year's pixel density. It's at 458 ppi. The dimensions of the device are 6.2 by 3.5 or 3.3 inches. I'm sorry. Let's see what else. Weight is about 7.3 grams. This does run iOS 12. Sorry about that, knocking my camera over. See, this is what happens when you don't do this for a while and you start getting a little clumsy. But running iOS 12, it does have the same dual megapixel shooter around back as the iPhone 10, although Apple has reworked the lens to include, same thing that they do every year. They refresh the camera, add little features and things like that. It has a 7 megapixel camera on the front with Face ID. 4K. This year's version is running Apple's A12 Bionic, which if you remember from the 10, it was the Apple A11 Bionic. Really what that means is they added, I believe, 4 more cores to the efficiency, so it should be extremely fast, really good for gaming. Again, this is the 256 gigabyte version. Supposed to be lasting 90 minutes longer than the iPhone 10. With Face ID, yes, still has a lightning port. This year, though, we did get IP68 water rating, which is really awesome. I don't really take my phone in the water or anything like that, but I do have a pool and I have children. So pool, children, phone, those things kind of don't necessarily mix, especially when your kids are just as techy or love things electronic just as much as you do. Without any further ado, oh, and then this year was probably the most expensive year of iPhones ever. This full retail off contract cost me about $1,300. So special thanks to my wife for allowing me to spend money on things that I want to do. And great. So let's dive right into this. All right, of course, you have your standard stuff, Apple stickers, right, Apple stickers, there you are. And your quick start guide, but again, we don't care about that stuff. I can't tell you how many times I've never read that or used any of the Apple stickers because I just don't care about that stuff. But there's the phone. Wow, I'm not sure if the camera can really pick it up, but if you've seen the iPhone 8 Plus This glass is pretty much the same color as that phone. Looks like maybe a little bit more shiny. I can see myself in the reflection here. Hi. I know that was kind of lame, but we'll set this to the side. In the box, charging cable, headphones. Surprise for you guys though, this year in headphones, you do not get the headphone dongle. So if that was something you were looking forward to, sorry, it ain't here. Apple decided to go cheap, and quite frankly, they can, so deal with it. And then your traditional lightning cord, because Apple did not move to USB-C, although there's rumors that they'll do that for the iPad or iPad Pro this year. Get in there, damn it. All right, so here we go. Here's the iPhone XS Max in 256. Phone looks beautiful. I'm not gonna take the plastic off because I am kind of a fingerprint magnet, and sometimes my skin is really oil. And this gold just looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm really excited about it. I haven't had a gold iPhone since the iPhone 5S, and that was in rose gold. Or 5S. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. The last one I had, that one was in rose gold. And so this year I wanted to go ahead and get the newest color. And that's usually what I try to do, is get the newest color that comes out every year. So yeah, so this has been an unboxing of the iPhone XS Max and the Apple Watch Series 4 in Sport Black. If you like what you see, there will be a lot more coming back. So hopefully we can get back into the swing of things, and maybe I'll get a little better, since I haven't done this in a little while. But stick with us. Next month we got a whole bunch of Android things that we're gonna try to do. So take care. Peace.